Hello dear learners, today we are going to discuss the MCQs from pharmaceutical chemistry and the chapters are hypoglycemic drugs which are also known as anti-diabetic drug. We are going to talk about the MCQs from the classification part. Now as you all know, definitions and classification comprise the major part of your paper of pharmaceutical chemistry. So this is at most important that you should know the classification, and now since it is on MCQ based, so tricky questions can also be there, like it can be jumbled with the examples of other class, or the classes can also be jumbled with the other chapters ka classes. Okay, so for this you again need to know about the tricks of MCQs from classification point of view, like classification में tricky question कैसे पूछा जा सकता है. ओके, क्लासेस एंड एग्जाम्पल्स कैसे क्लब किए जा सकते हैं, इसका नॉलेज तुम लोगों को होना चाहिए. इसीलिए वी हैव कम अप विद दिस क्लासिफिकेशन सीरीज़ so that you will come to know that what type of questions can be asked in classification part. Okay, so to start with the first MCQ from the part 2 of hypoglycemic drugs, the question is, amongst the given insulin preparations, which one is long acting insulin? Now in part 1 we have studied that insulin preparations can be classified based on the duration of action in short acting, okay, intermediate acting, long acting, ultra long acting. Okay, so which one is the long acting insulin amongst the given insulin, whether it is isophene insulin, lente insulin, ultra lente insulin or neutral insulin? The correct answer is it is ultra lente insulin. Now if you will see the classification, see this is long acting insulin preparation, short acting, intermediate acting, long acting, and ultra lente insulin is long acting insulin preparation. Next question is, amongst the given insulin preparations, which one is intermediate acting insulin, whether it is isophene insulin, whether ultra lente insulin, whether neutral insulin or plain insulin? The correct answer is it is isophene insulin. Isophene insulin, which is also known as NPH insulin. Okay, this one, see, NPH insulin, which is nothing but isophene insulin as well as lente insulin. These are the intermediate acting insulin. Next question is, amongst the given insulin preparations, which one is intermediate acting insulin, whether it is isophene insulin, whether it is lente insulin, whether both of them or none of them? The correct answer is it is both of them. Amongst the given insulin preparations, the intermediate acting insulin is isophene insulin as well as lente insulin, which we have just now seen, that NPH insulin, which is also known as isophene insulin, and lente insulin, both are intermediate acting insulins. Next question is, among the given insulin preparations, which one is short acting insulin, whether it is isophene, ultra lente, neutral insulin or lente insulin? So till now whatever the MCQs we have covered, we have seen that isophene, that is NPH, and lente are intermediate acting, ultra lente is longer acting. Okay, so the correct answer is it is neutral insulin, which is short acting insulin. Next question is, let's see, regular insulin, that is nothing but neutral insulin, is a short acting insulin. Okay, next question is, among the given insulin preparations, which one is not an intermediate acting insulin? Now isophene insulin, lente insulin, ultra lente insulin or all of the above? The correct answer is definitely it is ultra lente insulin because isophene insulin, that is NPH insulin, and lente insulin, both are intermediate acting insulin, and amongst the given option ultra lente is long acting insulin. Next, see, as you can see here, it is long acting ultra lente. Okay, intermediate acting insulin is NPH and lente. Okay, so ultra lente is a longer acting insulin which is not an intermediate acting. So the question is that it is not an intermediate acting. So ultra lente is long acting, so it is not an intermediate acting insulin. Next question is, classes of hypoglycemic include, whether they include hormonal preparation such as insulin preparation, whether they include oral hypoglycemic drugs, whether both of them or none of them. The correct answer is it is both of them. Classes of hypoglycemic drugs includes, as you can see here, hormones, that is insulin and its preparation, and oral hypoglycemic agents which are synthetic hypoglycemic agents. So the correct answer is it is both of them. Hormone preparations, that is insulin and its preparation, and oral hypoglycemic drugs. Okay. Next question is, types of diabetes mellitus include dash. Whether they include IDDM, which is also known as insulin dependent diabetes mellitus or type 1 diabetes mellitus, then NIDDM, that is non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, that is type 2 diabetes mellitus. Okay, then gestational diabetes, or all of the above. The correct answer is it is all of the above. Types of diabetes mellitus are IDDM, NIDDM as well as gestational diabetes. Okay. Next question is, dash class amongst the given classes does not belong to oral hypoglycemic class. Now in part 1 we have seen all the classes of oral hypoglycemics. In that we have seen the classes like sulfonylureas are there, okay, thiazolidinediones are there, biguanides are there, miscellaneous class is there. So this sulfonylureas, biguanides, thiazolidinediones, these all are the classes of oral hypoglycemic class. Only the oxazolidinedione, which is anti-epileptic class. So the correct answer is it is oxazolidinedione, which is not an oral hypoglycemic drug. It's an anti-epileptic drug, that is also called as anticonvulsant drug. See the classification of anti-epileptic drugs. In that, the third class, oxazolidinedione derivatives such as trimethadione and paramethadione are not hypoglycemics, they are anti-epileptics. Next question is, dash amongst the given is a oral hypoglycemic belonging to biguanide class. Now whether it is proguanil, whether it is cycloguanil, whether it is fenformin or all of them, the correct answer is it is fenformin. Amongst the given oral hypoglycemics, the fenformin and metformin are the examples which belongs to biguanide class. Now this proguanil and cycloguanil is also from biguanide class, but it's an anti-malarial drug. So if you look into the classification of anti-malarial drug, biguanide class, proguanil and cycloguanil or chlorproguanil, these are the biguanides from anti-malarial, and fenformin, metformin, these are the biguanides from oral hypoglycemics. So this one is the tricky one. Next question is, dash amongst the given is not a oral hypoglycemic belonging to biguanide class. Now the examples are, it is other way round now. The examples are fenformin, metformin, cycloguanil or all of them. The correct answer is it is cycloguanil. It is not an oral hypoglycemic which belongs to biguanide. It is an anti-malarial which belongs to biguanide class. Okay, that is cycloguanil. Again the same thing, anti-malarial drugs ka classification, and the drugs are proguanil, chlorproguanil, cycloguanil, etc. Next question is, dash amongst the given are subclassified based on the duration of action. Whether the sulfonamide class are subclassified based on the duration of action, whether barbituric acid derivatives are classified based on the duration of action, whether insulin preparations are classified based on the duration of action or all of the above. The correct answer is it is all of the above. As we all know, sulfonamides are also classified as short acting, long acting, intermediate acting sulfonamides. Then barbituric acid derivatives are also short acting, long acting, okay, intermediate acting, ultra short acting, etc. Insulin preparations are also the same way, short acting, intermediate acting, long acting, ultra long acting, etc. So all the above options are correct. All of these are subclassified based on the duration of action. So with this we finish with the MCQs from the hypoglycemic drugs or anti-diabetic drugs ka classification part. Stay tuned with us for the other chapters from the same series of classification. Thank you.